All right, the situation. Overnight, the rear tire started seeping sealant and lost 20 pounds of pressure. Which, as you remember, I plugged 2 days ago. And I'm about 60K from Kenora, which has a bike shop. I'm going to get to the bike shop as expediently as possible. Basically, I'm racing the leak. I will stop and refill as I go. And I've got my new headphones turned up to immersive, so I can't hear my legs screaming. What are you trying to say, Ontario? It looks like the tire is losing about 10 pounds per every 20 kilometers or so. Slight right, signs for Kenora. And hoping that the bike shop in that place in Ontario, starting with a K, Kenora, thank you brain injury, has a tire. Well, I have a solution. Not the optimal solution, but I have a solution, and it's called a bandolier. The bike shop didn't have any tubeless touring tires, but they did have a clincher, which is just a tire with a tube in it. So I'm giving up the self-sealing properties of a sealant-filled tubeless tire. On the upside, this one is noted to be a puncture-resistant tank. Now I could use tire levers to break the bead of the old tire, or just brute strength. I do use the lever to get the bead up and over the rim. Then I basically just peel the tire off the rim itself. I won't make you watch about 20 minutes of cleaning. Bear with me, it's been a while since I've done this. I throw a couple PSI into the tube to give it some structure. Then I gently rustle half the tire on. Now I carefully work the tube in. Said carefully, dumbass. Then I even more carefully start working the tire into the bead. Because there's nothing worse than going through all this and having put a hole in the tube, or realizing that you've put the entire tire on in the wrong rolling direction. And that includes the minor flesh wound I'm about to sustain. Hopefully less blood involved. Come on. There we go. Finally screw the retaining nut onto the valve. Pray to the tire gods you haven't pinched the tube, and inflate. One less park tool in the world, and a little bit of thumb. And that concludes the hotel parking lot clincher reconversion. If a gravel bike is a mullet because it has a mountain bike rear derailleur and the rest of the components are road bike, if I'm running clincher in the back and tubeless in the front, does that make it, I don't know, a faux hawk? Kind of desperate either way. Victory! All right. I was a little concerned that the fenders wouldn't have clearance, but yay, they do. That's just meant to give you a blazing headache. Now, the hard part from a TBI perspective is doing anything mechanical. Absolutely floors me cognitive energy wise. So hence I checked into a hotel, and that way I can have a nap now, which might just be sleep. All right, see you later.